A very good afternoon to you, folks. Welcome back to another session, another edition of the ACTnow Hot Issue. What's for lunch? Mio and Lan together with you as always every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to bring you all of the latest issues, all of the hottest issues that's happening all around Malaysia, as well as sometimes we do cover the world as well. We are that productive. We are that initiative when it comes to telling you guys all the hot issues that's happening all around the world. And always, as always, it is Friday, so it's Friday. I say it's Friday. Yes, weekend is upon us as always. Today is a day that you must be thinking, okay, what am I to do over the weekend? What do I want to spend my money on? Nak pergi mall mana? Nak pergi tengok wayang apa? Yeah, you can do all those things, but make sure you guys follow all of the SOPs that has been implemented by the government to make sure that we curb the spreading of COVID-19, as well as make sure you guys get your booster shots when your appointment has come onto your My Sejahtera. Don't simply put it on hold. Don't simply just, I don't want to take now, I want to take later because I have to go to the dentist, take my wisdom tooth out. For whatever reason it is, make sure you guys, rearrange your schedule back again and get your booster shot done. And also, we do want to wish everyone out there a very happy Pongal. For the Ponga festival that is being celebrated on Friday today, January the 14th, as well as on Monday, January the 17th. Okay, happy Ponga Pesta Ponga to everyone who is celebrating this auspicious celebration. And also, one person who's always celebrating life in one way or another, ladies and gents, Mr. Malvin Lam. Hey, Malvin, what is up?
Hi, happy Pongal to everyone. Yes, and and Thai Buddhism will be coming on Tuesday, right? Next Tuesday. Yeah, on the 18th. Yes, we will have a public holiday.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think not all states, almost all states, not all states yet. And then it's wonderful that this year Kedah is actually honoring Thai Buddhism's Day by giving a public holiday. Last year was lifted out.
Yeah,
for
I remember the time where Thaipusam was only celebrated for people in KL. Tapi diorang tak sedar sebenarnya the whole parade of Thaipusam happens from the state of Selangor entering
yes,
KL sebenarnya. Selangor
yes,
tak pernah ada public holiday, but you know, Malaysia we're blessed with having a lot of public holidays regardless of whatever whoever it is, whether you celebrate or not. Hence why Malaysia banyak sangat hari cuti. Even over the past 2 days, Melvin, I actually gotten a text from my friend. Dah susun dah. What are the days that you can actually take a holiday because of the long weekends? Malaysians love their holidays.
for
I'm
this
telling
year.
you. For this year, dah ready dah. Right up until December, what are the days that we should take leave to experience that extra day, long weekend, those kind of things. We are blessed,
And
Melvin. We are blessed.
he does learn from Act Now, so he's actually acting now to plan ahead for 2022. As for you, weekends, I hope that you stay in house because you have to take care of your baby.
Yep,
You have to
correct.
help. So don't think about going for a movie, lepak in a mall, and all these things. The only thing at
Oh,
time probably your wife will allow you to go jogging in the morning and come
mm,
back quick.
yeah. Going jogging as well as buying essentials for the house so that the fridge is stocked for everyone at home to actually eat lah basically.
Oh
So,
yes,
so
that's
those
good.
are the
That's
kind of
good.
things that I'm allowed
Yeah,
to
this
do.
is
But
healthy family lifestyle. I think that is very comfort. I mean, you think back later, if your children or yourself, when you 10 years, 20 years, and you think of the comfort, the harmony in a house, the
mm,
happiness, you have good foods on the table, warm food, and that's something you can cherish and bring it with you. Nothing
always.
else can bring it with you.
Yes,
Trust me.
exactly. Berfalsafah betul Melvin pada
Yeah.
tengah hari Jumaat ni, very spiritual, like a pendeta, like those philosophers and everything. But it is true. Whatever it is
It's
that
true.
you're saying is right, because like it's all comes down to your own activities. Make sure that you live in a prosperous, in a safe environment, in a
Yeah, yeah,
proper
yeah.
environment within your family and friends and your loved ones. Speaking about being in a safe environment,
Mm.
that's the topic that we want to cover in today.
Yeah.
Some people out there, yes, we are living in a very safe space, very secure space wherever it is that you are in Malaysia. But unfortunately,
Mm.
some people in Kelantan specifically, that's what we want to highlight here. They don't feel safe anymore within their own community, within their own kampong. We're talking about people in the area of Bihai as well as post Balar in Kelantan, pertempatan Orang Asli sebenarnya, just to highlight that. They don't feel safe anymore because there have been incidents of a wild tiger coming into their village and threaten their livelihood because that's what tigers do. Unfortunately, they go down to enter these places, and it is very alarming and it's very scared for them to actually live their life. And hence why we want to highlight here not the fact that they're being threatened by tigers. It's all about why is this happening in
Yes.
today's day and age, and how we can actually do something to curb it. At least the government needs to do something to help these people out. Tell us about this story, Melvin.
Yes, we have this is a very sad incident. Yes, a life was lost because of the tiger attacked the victim. Um, the question is, when one bring up today, tigers being tigers, they say animal. Why are they encroaching into these two villages? Um, there's a lot of factor. So, but now the what Perlihatan, our Kelantan Wildlife
Perkilitan.
and National Parks, yeah,
Perkilitan.
Perlihatan is doing setting traps
Yep.
to avoid them. But this is not a solution to it. Uh, as we have touched on this, Malaysia and wild animals getting extinct, we have less than 200 tigers roaming freely in Malaysia. The Chicago,
Yep.
Sabah, and Sarawak, less than 200. Uh, and it was also reported that our ministry in the departments in Prime Minister, um, they foresee we didn't take actions next 5 years. The 200 numbers will become zero. You know, this is they themselves. I mean, the government themselves acknowledge this fact.
Mm.
So the very unfortunate. I mean, there's still a denial from the state government. For me, for my opinions, they say, "Oh, nothing to do with the Balar." Because recently, a lot of people will make an issue, because of the floods and all these things, try to reduce or even for next few years to not issue permit for any timbering. You know, replants trees and all these things for the earth, But they say no, there's nothing to do with it. No, the tigers has been extinct because we know one is the poacher. Second, we have cleared a lot of land. Beside Balar, we have cleared lands for plantations. Let's take, for instance, palm oil. So
Mhm.
they have places. The habitat, natural habitat is getting smaller. So they have to pay a, I mean, go to where humans live, which is the closest village,
Yeah.
right? And this is not pussycats; they are wild animals, wild cats. So probably they encounters humans. They have no. They also frighten themselves, and they actually, I believe, when they attack humans, it's actually a self defense.
Yeah. I mean, like, no, just to paint a picture for it, exactly what you have said, Melvin. I mean, like, again, people may say this is a conspiracy theory. We have no proper facts and proof about it. But let's just put it into simpler terms. Okay.
Yeah,
Imagine seekor haiwan lah. Okay, yeah, seekor haiwan, having lots and lots of spaces to explore. The fact that
mm,
Malaysia is full of jungle. We are a country which is very famous for its rainforest, because we have a lot of wildlife and it's so huge and everything. But the fact that these spaces, these safe spaces for animals to roam into, are getting smaller and smaller by the day due to some activities out there. Tak kisahlah aktiviti pembalakan
yeah,
ke, clearing for development ke, whatever it is, these spaces are no longer available for these animal. Hence why dia kena pergi ke tempat-tempat yang mana ada manusia, when there's people
yeah,
living in those areas. Hence why they are exposed to human, the human villages, and you can't really blame them. Bukannya rimau ni pandai nak fikir, oh, manusia aku tak boleh makan, ini bukan makanan aku kena pergi tempat lain. No, they are just living their lives. And it is an unfortunate event happened where one of the villagers, succumbed to injuries due to the fact that he was attacked by the tiger. But
mm,
you have to look at the bigger picture here. As what you have said, Melvin, pembalakan has been an issue across the nation. Negeri Pahang, it was highlighted before.
yeah,
Kelantan is actually another state. Perak has always had an issue about this as well. Where there's Balar, there's profits to be made. And unfortunately, a lot of people out there only think about the profits. They don't think about the consequences behind it, Melvin.
yeah. You see, just share with you. I mean, wild animals, they have their own territory,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Well, they say one of the tiger was killed. Probably this the mate is still coming roaming around the village. Is the mate? Probably they are a pair.
Yeah.
It's not they
Ini
come.
case balas dendam ke? Revenge
Huh?
ke?
I don't think because probably they meet. The one still like, I mean, here probably still searching for his lover or her lover.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
like imagine,
So
like, if your lover suddenly got gunned down and killed. Obviously, you want revenge. Like, we've seen a lot of movies where this happens, right?
that is in one of the cartoon movies lah. And the tiger will take revenge. Probably they were still longing for the loved one, and then probably the smell of the loved one is still around that village.
Yeah.
So so you must know the natural behavior of wild animals. Do not think that they are coming for revenge.
Yeah. And
Uh,
it has been noted here by the reports here, from Perhilitan, which is the
uh,
Wildlife and National Park Development. One of its spokesperson has actually requested for the villagers
mm.
to do not come out of their houses unnecessarily as a temporary measure. Macam COVID pula kena PKP, eh?
I mean, that's for the safety because I say animals being wild animals, they're not our house trained domestic animals.
Yep.
Then they do not have an MBA, PhD, or whatever degree, all these things.
Okay.
When they actually like when see a wild animals, we get frightened. They get frightened of us too. I mean, there's old saying. I mean, in Chinese, don't ever think the ghost is. We are afraid of ghosts. Ghosts also afraid of human.
I think ghost lagi takut manusia sebab manusia pun dah jadi macam ghost lah a lot of times.
Yes. So, I mean, for temporary, yes, good measure. Don't come out and from a house, unnecessary. And I hope the officers actually probably can track to not kill the animals, track it, and probably bring it to another safe place for this
Yep.
tiger. And I say for long-term solutions, we were talking about Balar just now, and also that palm oil. Now people like also clear around the hill, the hill to plant durians, Busan King.
Profit ma, make
Yeah.
money ma.
So you can't bring these animals because sometimes I receive reports from ACTnow, recently from the area from Bangui. Oh, he that's you. I mean, it's nothing. I mean, this community felt that the monkeys surrounding the area in that comes actually taken. There's a lot of photograph. Come to the commercial area. They even
Mm,
come to the housetops, the rooftop, and all these things. Um, that might attack humans,
yeah.
but then yeah, we will have to do our process. We send it to the Majlis, we send to Perhilitans, but the fact is they can't do much.
Yeah, correct. It's like
you know
you're telling you're trying to control the monkeys. The fact that they're coming into your area. In fact, that is their area to begin with, but we
yeah,
humans actually took it over from them. So to end this topic, because we do have another topic that we want to talk
yeah,
about. To end the topic, we just hope that the people in the kampong of Post Bihai as well as Post Balar, for
yeah.
the Orang Asli zone in Kelantan, the government or the agencies involved do take precautionary measures and our wish is that you don't kill the tiger lah. I mean, like, yes, it is threatening human life,
Yeah.
but try not to kill it. Like I don't know. I'm not an animal expert. I do not know how these things
We
are
should
done.
have more sanctuary, animal sanctuary, wildlife animal sanctuary.
Should
We
be
should
lah.
have more
Should
than
be.
that.
So it needs to be a win-win kind of thing for the people's safety as well as for the animals' sake as well moving
Yeah.
forward. All right, jumping into the second topic. This topic we have actually covered quite recently. I think as recent as last Wednesday. We were
Yes,
talking about
yes.
the price hike, about producers. You need APs to get imported chicken in place, not just your Ferraris and your Lamborghinis, but also chickens. And then it has been reported as well that Malaysia may faces food shortages for CNY, which is the 1st of February, as
Yeah.
well as Ramadan, which is coming up in April, due to the floods that has wiped out all of the crops and farms and whatnot. And this is really saddening. And price hike would be inevitable because of this factor. Dia dah macam beribat our previous talk before tau. We were asking
Yeah.
for reason. Now they're giving out obviously the reason because of the flood. Hence why the price will be hiked up and the suppliers and whatnot. This is definitely happening, and there's no way that we can bring it down anymore. Melvin.
Okay, I do understand because the floods was just quite recent on December 21st, if I can remember correctly. I think
Yeah.
21st or 20 or 21st. Um, it could affect hence New Year's because a lot of food that has been damaged. But Ramadan is in April, I believe. There should not be an excuse.
I mean, why I'm thinking about Ramadan is because, like, okay, flooded areas first things first, they have to like clear the farm, and then by clearing the farm, you're talking about betul-betul uproot all of the soot and all of the mud that has been surrounding that area, and then nak kena bagi tanah to subur balik, and then all the process and whatnot. Because we're not talking about an area of maybe like 1 acre or 2 acres. We're talking about an area of multiple acres, big areas, because for commercialized produce and whatnot. So may that be the reason why a lot of things that needs to happen?
I don't think that's the reason. I felt that the soil will be more fertile.
Mm,
All right,
okay.
and then I don't know. I feel the last few days the weather has been very good. I mean, good as in very hot, extremely hot.
Mm-hmm.
If I analyze the trend when there's a heavy raining season, it will come with a dry spell, followed by a dry spell.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
so it's yeah, it's too early for Chinese New Year to replant anything back. But it's in April, things will be back to normal. With this commercial chickens take only 45 to 60 days to harvest. I
Mm-hmm.
can tell you, I mean, it's fast. Those days, Ayam Kampong must have 3 months. Now, 6 weeks, you can actually buy the commercial chickens. It's good to be so-called harvest. And then chili is to take 2 months. Sawi takes 1, 2, 3, I think not more than 3 weeks for veggie. Usually it's about 2 to 3 weeks. And
Yep.
otherwise, it's gone too old. So it should not be an excuse. Hoping this not an excuse. Our AP holders will increase the price.
Yeah.
You
As
know?
reported actually by one of the duck farmers down in Segamat Johor, he
Yeah.
has actually almost lost all of his 8,000 flock, 8,000 strong flock of
Yes.
ducks
Yes.
on January the 1st because of the flood that hit. He is only left with 90 daripada 8,000 itik dia ada. Dia tinggal
Yeah.
90 je, and he had to throw away some 1,200 eggs that could be contaminated by bacteria. So that's definitely a huge hit that these people have experienced. Not forgetting about a chili grower down in Dengki, Selangor, who
Yeah.
lost around 100,000 ringgit worth of produce when it comes to his crops. And that's the reality of it. But what
You
we're
ask
trying to
me,
highlight is that, yeah,
the government under the Ministry of Agriculture should extend their financial assistance. Like for instance, the duck farmer has lost almost all the ducks. He had 8,000 ducks and only left 90 behind. Of course, he had to start all over again, right? To rebuild, to buy the so-called, it's still called the duck chicks, or you got the ducklings, all these
duckling.
things. Yeah, ducklings. So finance him. The chicken grower is still finance. Redo the lands and all those things. So
No, I understand the financing bit, but at the end of the day, these kind of things do take time for a duck to, to lay an egg, or
Duck,
for a
yes, for
chicken
laying
to be
eggs,
grown.
yes, probably it take 4 months, 5 months, but at least it starts somewhere. But the veggies, chickens farm, chickens and all those things are much faster. Don't talk about eggs. Even chicken eggs and all those things, they take longer. They have to mature the hen and all these things. But for the meat purpose, it's much faster. Unlike like a cow or goat, it needs a time. I think for a cow to be slaughtered, I need more than a year to ready
Yep.
it. You know, but I think chickens is a basic necessity, and then
Mhm.
our commercial big corporations that's on egg that produce eggs, they are not affected. Not that I learned of,
Yep.
you know. So there's give them a hand, you know. I mean, not a hand as a physical hand, proper plan for them, finance them so that things are back into normal.
So adakah bermaknanya at least di CNY a lot of people will become vegetarian because that's the only thing that we can eat, because no meat, no chicken, no cow, no duck or whatnot. So
But the
we'll
things
be
are getting
eating
very
more.
expensive. You know, this morning I just realized.
Mm.
I went to the supermarket. I mean, this year's first of all, I realized the Mandarin oranges is getting so less until now. Even the morning market, there's not many people selling. Those days you will find it now. It's hardly 3 over weeks. You find every corner in the markets now selling oranges, Mandarin oranges.
All
Now
the
it's so
local.
few. Yeah, yeah, it's so few. And then I went to the supermarket. It's cost almost for a decent size, medium size. Sorry, it called L size is still very small. It costs $1.50 to $1.80 a piece.
Wow,
You know,
that's a
those days
lot.
was relatively cheap. Mandarin oranges is not expensive unless you get from those from Japan. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so and I saw this so-called four small pieces in a plastic box cost 16 ringgit for Mandarin oranges with Japanese wording there label. But then the guy tell me, oh, it's actually from China. You know, probably.
That's what you call branding, Melvin. It's important to do branding, but
Yeah,
they're lying lah,
and
basically.
yeah, four oranges, Mandarin oranges, 16 ringgit.
Yeah.
It's very
I mean, like,
small. It's very
yeah.
small. You know?
It's very disheartening right now because that's the thing. I mean, like, when it comes to festive season again, looking at the major ones like CNY, like Hari Raya, like Deepavali or Christmas or whatnot, the tendency of prices would definitely go up. But it is high time for us to really
Yeah,
have control on that, and the government needs to do something about it. Yes, Melvin.
yeah. But my personal advice, uh, this kind of food, I mean, do not overspend
Mm,
necessary for the sake of its New Year or festive season. Thanks. We should thank ourselves if we have food on the table. Huh?
yep.
Don't have to buy those big abalones, sea cucumber, those kinds, acids and all those things. It's very costly now. Wait for until times are better.
Yeah.
And those who can afford it, please do not,
Flaunt
please,
it. Yep.
that take selfie, post it on the social media and all these things. Eat and be quiet. I know
Eat
why
and
trying
be
to
quiet. I
why
think
you
that's
tell
good.
it, I mean at this hard time,
Yeah.
I always say those super rich or the rich ones, if you can afford sea cucumber, it can come to 3,000-4,000 a kg.
Yeah.
The black little thing.
Yeah.
Hey, if I am that stage of the super rich, I give 3,000-4,000 to do charity.
Oh well.
Rather than hoo-ha eat and boast yourself, I can afford such a big expensive sea cucumber, and then after that eat and shit away, which is true. Probably one day in your body and then you shit out already. It's not going to be fertilizer. It's just like flush it out again. But else the three
It,
four
take,
thousand,
it
it
takes
can it
four
can actually help a lot of people.
it takes only 4 hours for you to digest any
Ah,
kind of food that goes into your body. It's not even a day, Melvin. 4 hours only counting
yeah,
already, in and out
yeah.
already. But
And then
yeah,
don't
okay.
show me all those XO, super XO, wow, those yum sing, all this, please. It's not the right time. It's definitely, I mean, it's not wrong of them, but it's morally wrong.
It's about being courteous and having that understanding,
Yeah,
and having that empathy towards others as well. So that's what we hope for, at the end of the day.
yeah.
Hopefully, things can be better moving forward, with the price hike. At the end of the day, it's all about making sure that all Malaysians, keluarga Malaysia, dapat
Mm,
menikmati juadah apa yang mereka mampu,
yeah.
and don't need to boost out and be too proud about it. Okay, that
All
marks
right,
the end of our topics today. But we do want to always talk about the magical and the wonder of the Act Now and its app and what
right.
it can do for your community. This week or this day, we want to highlight something that really I want to slap that person in the face should this happen to me.
I thought
And
you
it
were
has
like me.
it has happened to me quite a few times, but not to this extent. What do I mean by this? Come, guys, let's watch. What do I mean by this one? Blood upstairs. Have a watch.
Siap, 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 siap.
Okay, I don't think we need to watch that much longer because
Yeah.
we kind of like found out what was happening there. Okay, just to pick you guys a story, kalau you all still tak faham, the van is parked in a proper parking space, whereas that Proton Saga was actually double parking his car, behind the van, and the van wanted to move out, but there was nobody in the Proton Saga to move his car, and the van driver took it into his own hands by doing so. Melvin, salah siapa ni, Melvin?
Well, the product saga, I tell you, should pay for the van damages as well. Well, first of all, this is not what a complaint that we received, but it's just like we spotted in the social media, and we like to share it with everyone here, because we do receive such reports of
Hmm,
double parking, illegal parking, and unfortunately, when the officers goes there to investigate, all these culprits have already drove
gone.
the cars away. For
Yep.
this instance, I mean, imagine yourself, you want in a rush of time, and that owner just parked there without any number for you to contact. Probably, I have experienced that. I will horn half an hour, they still don't come down. When they come down, they were just like, what? Hey, bro, what's the rush? And stare at you,
Yeah.
That
I
you
mean, like,
experienced that too.
yeah, I have experienced that, more than a couple of times actually. I mean, again, at the end of the day, we understand that sometimes you wanna do something quickly, and you don't have the time to find a parking space, and you kind of like have to double park. I understand that. I totally understand that. But can you just be a normal human being, a gracious human being? Should you are committing that offense, come down and be apologetic rather than macam, let bro, chill lah, aku tampang kau kan. These are the kind of corporates, these are the kind of human beings that, like they deserve a wallop up their behind, okay? Because this is uncalled for. Again, I've double parked my car, multiple times as well. And I feel so sorry, so apologetic because I blocked, another
Someone,
person's car, and just be a human about it. You have some common sense, which you don't have. And again, I don't feel pity at all for the Potosaga driver. Maybe dia nak buang kereta dia kot, Melvin. That Potosaga driver.
probably
That guy
yes,
is
he want to have
old.
a crane.
It's yeah. I mean, like, I'm lost for words right now, and these are the kind of things that has been happening within our community, within our society, and there is something that again I rasa kita kena educate human balik waktu dia ambil lesen dia lah tu Melvin. Seriously, this
No,
is
I think
just
we should start back from kindergarten. Civil-minded studies. It's not license. They're licensed or what? It's just they have no careers. They don't think for others but themselves. It's
yeah,
all
exactly,
selfishness. You know.
and they don't have.
Imagine that time it's you in the car. You have to take your wife for delivery.
Oh, oh, seriously, wait, I'll become the Hulk and just like angkat the kereta and baling, wait, I tell you, it will be that pain in my backside, when it comes to think of it. Okay, that marks the end. Enough of griping. It is
Yeah,
Friday
yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
Hope you guys have a great weekend ahead. But definitely, we have something very, very interesting happening on Monday. So if you guys want to know what we are talking about, do check out our Facebook page because we're gonna have a very special guest. We don't want to give it too much away, but check out our Facebook page because all of the information will be there, announcing what will be happening on Monday, which both together, Melvin and I, will be around, right?
Yes, definitely. I see you on Monday. So happy weekend to you. Happy taking care of your baby boy.
Thank you, and see you Monday. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
All right, guys, that marks the end of today's episode of Hot Issue. Of as normal on Friday, but I do want to end this show on a bit of a solemn note. Actually, this is actually personally for me. A colleague of mine down in Bernama Radio has just passed away late last night, and we do want to, send our best regards, salam takziah kepada keluarga para Izana, kaki tangan kerja di Bernama Radio. We do want to wish her family did our deepest condolences dan salam takziah Al-Fatihah dibaca kepada Allahyarhamah. Semoga Allahyarhamah dikumpul ataupun ditempatkan bersama golongan orang-orang yang beriman, insya-Allah. Okay, we will miss you, Farah. Thank you so much for everything. That's it for now for ACTnow. Hope to see you guys again on Monday for our latest hot issues and our special episode coming next Monday. Mio Alan here. Happy weekend. Take care. Bye.